Cody drove down the quiet, winding road that led to his destination. The world outside his car seemed to blur. His mind was still racing from the adrenaline of the match, reflecting on the crowd's energy, his performance, and the next chapter in his wrestling journey. But in a moment's time, everything would change. A car suddenly veered into his lane. The screeching of tires echoed in the night air, but it was too late. The crash was swift, brutal, and devastating. Cody's car was struck head-on, the impact sending it into a violent spin before it finally came to a halt on the side of the road. In an instant, everything went silent. Cody was unconscious, the only sound being the faint hum of the engine still running, and the distant echoes of a world that seemed to have paused. It felt as though time itself had stopped. By the time paramedics arrived, Cody was already being rushed to the hospital, his condition critical. His once unshakable spirit had been replaced by an uncertainty that hung in the air like a thick fog. His fans, his peers, and the WWE family were all anxiously waiting, praying for a miracle. The reality of what had just happened began to sink in, and the wrestling world was rocked to its core. The news spread like wildfire. Social media exploded with messages of support, disbelief, and heartbreak. Cody Rhodes, the resilient star who had overcome so much in his career, was now facing the biggest challenge of his life. The same fighter who had battled through injuries, proved himself time and time again, and carried the Rhodes legacy on his back, was now fighting for his life. In the days that followed, reports were scarce, and fans anxiously awaited updates on Cody's condition. The WWE Universe came together like never before, with vigils held for him in arenas across the country. Fans wore Cody's merchandise, displaying their unwavering support for the man who had captured their hearts with his determination and dedication. It wasn't just his fans who were devastated, though. The entire WWE locker room felt the sting of this tragedy. His friends, his colleagues, and everyone who had shared the ring with Cody now had to contend with the harsh reality that their brother, their friend, was in a fight that no one saw coming. Then came the moment that no one could have prepared for. Triple H, the leader of WWE, stood before a somber crowd of fans and superstars, his face etched with pain. His voice trembled slightly as he shared the devastating news that no one ever thought they'd hear. Cody Rhodes, after fighting so hard to get back into the ring, was not just facing physical recovery, he was facing an emotional battle too. The doctors had said it was going to be a long road ahead. But what everyone around Cody knew was that this man never gave up. If anyone could overcome this challenge, it was him. But still, the pain was real. As the weeks passed, updates on Cody's recovery started to trickle in. The news wasn't easy to hear. His injuries were severe, and the road to recovery was going to be long and full of uncertainty. Fans feared the possibility that the man they had come to admire might never return to the ring the way they had hoped. Despite the odds, Cody's spirit remained unbroken. He used every ounce of energy in him to fight, not just for himself, but for his fans and his family. He was determined to walk again, to stand in the ring again, to be the champion that the WWE Universe had grown to love and respect. And so, Cody began his journey of recovery. Every day brought its challenges, but also small victories. Each step forward, no matter how difficult, was a testament to his strength and his heart. The road to recovery was not easy, but it was Cody's road. And with every setback, he grew stronger. In the weeks that followed, messages of support continued to flood in. His fellow superstars, including the likes of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and even those from the AEW side, all sent their thoughts and prayers. It was a reminder of the camaraderie that exists in the wrestling world, how, despite the fierce rivalries, everyone truly cared about each other. One of the most touching moments came when Cody's family, including his father Dusty Rhodes' legacy, stood by his side. They were with him every step of the way, offering comfort, strength, and love when he needed it most. The fans also played a huge role in his recovery. Their messages, their dedication, their constant belief in him kept Cody going. Every "thank you, Cody" chant, every piece of fan mail, every video message sent his way was a reminder of the impact he had on people's lives. Through the darkest days of his recovery, Cody never lost sight of what mattered most, the love and support of the people around him. He knew that he wasn't just fighting for himself, but for the people who had stood by him, who had watched him grow and succeed. And in the end, it was the love from his fans, his family, and his peers that helped him take those first steps toward recovery. It wasn't an easy road, but it was a road that Cody was determined to walk, and with every step he took, the hope that he would one day return to the ring grew stronger. But as of now, we are still waiting for that moment. We're waiting for the day when Cody Rhodes, the fighter, the champion, the icon, returns to the squared circle and proves to the world once again that no matter the obstacle, no matter the tragedy, he will always rise above. And when that moment comes, the WWE Universe will erupt in a wave of emotion, knowing that Cody Rhodes' journey is far from over. Cody slammed on the brakes, his heart pounding. The other car spun out, colliding with a guardrail before flipping over multiple times. Without hesitation, Cody pulled his car to the side and jumped out, sprinting toward the wreckage. Smoke billowed from the overturned vehicle, the eerie silence of the night shattered by the distant wail of approaching sirens. Rushing to the scene, Cody's instincts took over. He could see the driver inside, dazed and struggling. With all his strength, he yanked at the door, trying to pry it open. Time felt frozen, every second stretched endlessly as he fought against the crumpled metal. Then, just as the flames started to rise, he managed to pull the driver free, dragging them to safety. The moment they were clear, an explosion rocked the highway. The car was engulfed in flames, sending a wave of heat rushing over them. Cody shielded the injured driver, his own body bearing the brunt of the force. His muscles burned, his breath came in ragged gasps, but he had done it, he had saved a life. By the time emergency responders arrived, Cody was exhausted but steady. Paramedics checked him over, urging him to get medical attention, but he refused to leave the driver's side until he knew they were okay. The person he had saved was shaken but alive, thanks to Cody's quick thinking and fearless action. News of the incident spread like wildfire. Fans were in awe, not just of Cody Rhodes, the wrestler, but of Cody Rhodes, the hero. WWE superstars, legends, and fans from around the world took to social media, praising his bravery. His actions that night had proven that he wasn't just a fighter in the ring, but a warrior in life. The following week on WWE television, Cody walked out to a standing ovation. The crowd erupted, showing their appreciation for the man who had risked everything to save another person. With raw emotion in his voice, he addressed the audience, not as a performer, but as a human being who had faced something truly life-changing. "I've fought a lot of battles in my life," he said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "But that night, I realized that some fights don't happen in the ring. Some fights are about being in the right place at the right time, about making a choice to stand up and do what's right. And I'll tell you this, whether it's inside this ring or out in the world, I will always fight for what's right." The crowd erupted once more, and in that moment, Cody Rhodes wasn't just a WWE superstar, he was a symbol of resilience, courage, and heart. His journey had taken yet another unexpected turn, but through it all, he had shown the world what true strength really looks like. And as we celebrate his courage, we also want to take a moment to recognize the incredible members of this community, Carmen Rosado, Barry Cooper, and so many others who continue to support us. Your dedication, passion, and love for this sport keep the spirit of wrestling alive. This story, this moment, and everything we share wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you for being part of this journey. And remember, heroes don't just exist in comic books or movies. Sometimes, they're right in front of us, inside the ring, and outside of it. But wait, there's so much more to discover. Click on the next video right here, shown on the screen, for more exclusive insights, reactions, and all the latest happenings in the wrestling world. You won't want to miss it. Every click helps us grow and brings you more amazing content. So please, don't leave just yet, join us for the next video and keep the wrestling conversation going. Thank you for being part of our community. Your support keeps the wrestling juice flowing. Goodbye for now.